Hey, it's Jason with jamzDOTnet, cars, DIY, and adventures, and today I'm on my Hoverfly e-bike. This thing is going to be absolutely brilliant for car swaps, flea markets, and car shows that I go to. Power assist or full throttle. Stay tuned and watch me unbox it, assemble it, and fold it up to put in the truck. You're not going to want to miss this. Okay, so let's get this thing unboxed. This shipped via FedEx to the East Coast. It took about 5 business days with the shipping that they used. So not too bad. They oftentimes have free shipping on their website as well. I'm really curious to see how much assembly is required on this bad boy. I have no idea what to expect. Looks like we have some type of parts box there. There she is. It looks like the back wheel is installed. The battery looks to be installed. Doesn't look like it's need a whole lot of assembly. So that's pretty darn cool. Even the tires come inflated. Okay, so before I go too far, I want to unpackage the box and make sure there's not any specific instructions on what I should disassemble first. Again, this is the Hoverfly electric bike. The Nepali, I guess is how you would say that. Who knows? The company is US Bike Inc. in Dallas, Texas, but these shipped out of Los Angeles. Congratulations on your purchase. The user manual will help you assemble and operate the electric bike. It's very important if you're under 18 that you get parental permission. They give you a 4mm or 5mm Allen wrench, a 13 and 15 open-end wrench, and some screwdrivers. Don't ride until you read this. Make sure your battery is full, so less concerned about that. It talks about a bike helmet, unpacking, and product specs. This is what I was looking for, so let's see what this is all about. So you have the electric bike. There should be a battery charger. So we should have a charger in here. I think it's in this box. One of these boxes. Maybe it's in this box. Let's see what's in here. Yep. Battery charger is right here. So that's in the box that was in the box. Pretty small charger. I expected it to be bigger, but you know, batteries have came a long way. They sent me this cool cell phone mount. That's pretty slick. Gotta have your cell phone when you're cruising on your e-bike, don't you? Oh, look. A mirror so I can see who's behind me. That's pretty cool. I like all the little additional accessories they send. The brake pedals are in the box. That guy, that's probably for the front wheel that you have to install. And then the bag of tools, the toolkit bag. So these are all the tools they give you. So basically, you don't need any tools. You don't really need anything. They're giving you everything. So yes, I do have all the items. So thumbs up on that. Well, as you can see, it wasn't that hard to unpackage and unbox. A lot of packaging, because it certainly came a long way. But I mean, it looks like the only thing not assembled is the handlebars, the front fender, or I guess the mud guard, and the front tire.
Let's see.
Looks pretty easy so far. Let's look at the instructions and see what it says. Okay, so step 1 is prepare the front mud guard. Secure the front mud guard and headlights to the frame. Screws are already installed in the frame. Just remove them and install them. Alright, that's easy enough. Let's do it. Okay, so let's install the mud guard. You're going to take it, the bracket and the short side are what you're going to want to have up in the front. I'm going to feed it through here, and then it's going to go on this screw right here, which means I'm going to have to loosen it up to feed it through. So I'm keeping the washer on, that was already on the screw, and then I'm just going to tighten it up the way it should go. And again, you're going to want that long side on the back. That's what you're going to want. So I have it on here nice and tight at this point. Let's see what the next step calls for. So I seem to have skipped a step, and that was totally my fault. When you hook on the front mudguard, you're supposed to secure the front headlight as well, which I did not do. But easy enough fix. No complaints on my side. Just gonna unscrew it. Then we'll put that headlight on. So this is the front headlight. It's going to basically just go right over the bracket that I have for the mud guard. Okay, as you can tell, I have the headlight on, the mud guard secured, and the brackets for it secured. Okay, so the second step is you need to hook these brackets from the mud guard up to the screw down at the bottom. So you're gonna have to loosen up the screw down here and then feed it back through. So it was like a little piece of plastic that would have been in here. When I pulled the bike out, I saw a little piece of plastic and I was like, I wonder what that is. But it must have already slid out when I was removing some of the styrofoam and everything, because it is not in there right now. You can see I'm using the box to kind of hold this up a little bit, and I have it sitting up on its back so I can easily put the wheel on and kind of show everything that's happening here. So when you have this, you are going to have to remove the nut. You are going to have to remove a washer, and you're going to have to remove this guy, and you're going to have to remove one of these guys, and then I can take the wheel and I can insert it through. So you're going to want to have, you know, a spacer. Let me show you a little bit closer here. The spacer here, the little thing that hooks to the frame, that guy, then the washer, then the nut. And then on the other side, I'm going to kind of follow a same bit of a process. It's going to be the spacer, right? Then it's going to be this guy. Okay, so I had it white, right? Let's get up close and look. You're going to put this caliper into the brake pad, which is right there. So it's going to nest right into the brake pad. You're going to want to have the spacer closest to the wheel. Then you're going to put the fork on. Then you're going to have the thing that hooks up into the fork. And then you're going to have a washer. Then you're going to have your nut. So let me show you on this side. I have my fork. I have the wheel with the spacer. Okay. And then after the spacer, I'm going to have my next little gizmo. I got to find it in my pocket, so bear with me here. Which is going to be this guy right here. Which is the, and it's going to go like in that hole. If you see how I have that installed. This is going to be the washer. Then you're going to do your nut. So it's nut to washer, to the washer with the little hook on it that hooks into the frame, or the fork. Then the fork. And then the fork goes over the bolt basically. And then you have that little spacer, or a little, I guess it's like the thing to help it spin. So same process on this side. I'm going to take that and I'm going to have to loosen this up a little bit here. I'm putting it in the hole. And then I'm tightening it up by hand right now. So I'm tightening it really good by hand initially. And then I'm going to use the 15 mil wrenches that they give. And you know, this one I'm going to pull towards me, that one I'm going to pull away. So I'm going to basically just work it like that. Pull this one towards me, that one push away. I would be gingerly tightening these if I was you. I would not recommend getting in a position where you have them really over tightened, because you do not want to strip anything. If you see how I'm holding it, I'm just letting the wheel sit against me. You can put a towel down or something to protect the back of the bike. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do anything crazier than that right now. Okay, so I can go ahead and put the bike down now. I mean, the wheels are on it after all, right? Easy peasy so far, huh? Not too bad. This is shockingly easier than I expected. Open the quick stem release clamp. So this is handlebar installation. So this guy here, I suppose yeah, okay, I see. So this just folds up. Insert the valve stem and handlebar. It can only be done when the stem is folded down. Not this. This guy. Open up this. And then it said insert the handlebar. So it has to be down like that, I guess, in order to have it fit. Okay. Handlebar is in. It can only be done when the stem is folded down. So you can only do that when this stem is folded down, because otherwise it's not going to have enough clearance, it seems. So now you can lift the stem upright and clamp it down. So that's what it looks like, and basically that means I'm going to take this and bring it up. See how it wants us to clamp it down, because I see. And you just clamp it down. Okay, so the next step is to install the pedal, and the pedals are marked with a right or a left, and you're going to basically screw them in using the wrench that they provide. So you will take the right pedal, you'll screw it in by hand, and then you give it a good twist with the wrench. Okay, so the pedals are installed, pretty easy. When you fold it up, you're basically going to be able to push the pedal in, and then the pedals will fold up like so. And I think that's important for like transporting and stuff, I suppose. So it pops down, then you push it in and fold it up. So pretty easy to install these guys. Open up the little quick release. You would take the seat, put it in, and kind of find the height that you're comfortable with, and then you just latch it down. And that's it. Okay, so they give this cool little front basket. It goes right over. You keep these on, I guess, to protect the paint, but it just kind of hangs there. Now, I don't know how that's going to work when you fold it up. I mean, this bag collapses, so that's probably what you do is take this off and then just collapse it down and hook it. So they give you this little rear view mirror here with its own little Allen wrench as well. And basically this is open it up and remove it. Remove the plastic plug from the left side of the handlebars. Easy peasy. Left side right there. Well, it's removed. This little plastic plug comes out. And I assume I'm going to take the Allen wrench here. How's this thing going to go? It's going to go like that in there. Then you're going to take your Allen wrench and you're going to tighten it in there. Alright, next step is the phone holder. Comes in a little box here. You get this. You get that. You get this. And you get that. So that is what the cell phone holder looks like. I'm not sure I'm going to keep it on. I have this big old auto box, and I just feel like it's going to be a lot. I don't know. I kind of prefer the magnetic cell phone holder, so you just kind of like, you know, connect it and drag it off. But we'll keep it on for now. But you might see that I remove this at some point. It goes up and down a little bit as well. Okay, so the next step is to install the basket. And you need to use the hex wrench to do it, but it said gently unfold the basket, but it springs into action, so be careful with your hands. That wording has me worried, like I'm gonna lose a finger here. It doesn't. Whoa, it does spring into action. Oh boy. Now this is curious to me because I don't know how you're gonna fold the bike up, because this is actually gonna be hooked with hex screws, which are already on there. Now I noticed when I was putting the basket on the back, there was a label and it said the max payload was 39 pounds. So presumably you're not going to want to put more than 39 pounds. I thought that was an odd number. 39 pounds. Okay, the next step was to connect the power cable to the battery. So you can charge it with the battery in, or you can pull the battery out. But this little cover comes off. You take this little guy, you seat it in, and then you twist it following the arrows. So it's pretty easy to put in. And you can see now it's just connected, and I would pull it back towards me to take it off. Put it in again. You just take the little plastic thing and twist towards you. Push it in, and now it's connected. So to start it, you basically have to turn this key. It's to the left is off. Now the battery's on, and if you push it in and out, then it's all the way out. So the battery will actually lift out. But we're going to keep the battery on, and then you would turn your ignition on. And it does come with the charge, which is fantastic. So I'm done with this. This thing's ready to ride. The starting procedure, again, you turn the battery to the on position. You turn your key. It's not going to have any throttle until you give it brake one time. And then you're going to get acceleration, your bell, your mirror. This thing's ready to ride. When the battery is fully charged, it will have 3 bars. Mine has 2, so it's not fully charged. It talks about tire inflation. Presumably the tire will say how much PSI on the sidewall, which is what all tires do. Correct routine maintenance will ensure a longer life. It says every week lubricate the chain and the wheels and that sort of thing. I'll put some lubrication on that chain every 6 months. 6 months the shift levels, and yearly the pedals. What to check beforehand. Some battery information. Hold on, what does that say? Throttle assist. I've never rode one of these. I don't know what to expect. Turn power assist. Turn the key to power the bike. The motor will automatically engage when you start pedaling and disengage when you stop. Turn the throttle assist is press the brake level once to release the parking mode. Twist the right grip to engage the throttle. The motor will turn the bike until you release the grip. Without powering the bike, you just pedal it. Okay, so I have this thing all ready to go for its first ride. I have it on. I put some chain oil on the chain. I'm going to hook up this GoPro and take this bad boy for a ride and see how she does. But overall, I really do like this Hoverfly foldable e-bike. I mean, assembly, you could probably have it fully assembled in 30 minutes. And I would say a good 10 minutes to 15 minutes is just unpackaging it and actually just bringing it out of the box, cutting all the zip ties off and all that good stuff. I like the little cargo areas. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it for a ride. Okay, so I'm going to do a few modes. First, I'm going to start with just the power. Has a little bit of giddy up. I'm surprised by that. You know, your left brake is just like a motorcycle. The left brake is going to be for the front wheel, and then the right is going to be for the back. The brakes feel good. Man, I got some speed right now. This little boy gets up. So I'm going to flip this camera so you can see what I'm going up now. So I'm using pretty much the power of the bike. Now this battery is only half charged, so it is not fully charged. Ugh. I'm using all throttle. I don't have this camera strapped down as good as it could be, so sorry for getting a little janky. Alright, I'm going to do no pedaling right now. I'm just going to let this thing ride. I'm going to do a little bit of pedaling right now. I'm doing some pedaling. Giving a little bit of assist. It's a pretty big hill. to go up. I am pedaling with power assist right now. I mean, you know, it's not a motorcycle. I do want to do some pedaling, right? Right now, I'm just all pedaling. I just gave it some power assist. All power assist right now. I'm gonna hard brake it. That suspension's really nice. That went down really good. Now the real test is gonna be, if you have a fold-out bike, you want to fold it up. This is a small 2023 Ford Maverick. I could theoretically throw the whole bike up in there, but generally speaking, I have cargo and other things that I'm taking to the swaps, and I want to minimize the footprint. So pull it completely out, play with the angle as you need to, and then basically fold the bike in. So that's pretty much the half fold that you're gonna get. This bike's 75 pounds. I still have the battery in it, you know, so I doubt you're gonna be hauling this thing everywhere folded up. You're probably gonna use it to transport. Then you wanna pop up the handlebar here and fold that down. So you can get kind of creative, presumably with how you do this. But this is basically, my wheel turned on me, so let me fix that there, hang on. So this is basically the folding that you're gonna get, just like that. Right. I thought it said do something with the handlebars to like interlock them. I couldn't figure that out. Now I want to give you a word of caution here. I totally expect to be banging this bike up, throwing it in and out of cars. But I noticed the paint chips pretty easily. So you'll notice here, I banged it up. I think you can see in there maybe. Maybe I can go from this way. Yeah. You can see this chip mark right here. The paint is basically over what appears to be a standard black frame. Pretty thick, but if you hit it pretty hard, you might get a chip. Let's go ahead and load this thing up in the Ford Maverick. So like I was saying, this isn't a bike that I guess you could, but I don't think I would be folding it up, getting off of a train, and running through a city with it. I just don't think that's what I would be doing. It is 75 pounds. What I will be doing is folding it up to put into various cars. And I mean, it's completely manageable to do that. Should have that kickstand up. And you can see it just very easily. You could probably put 6 of these bikes in the back of this Ford Maverick if you wanted to. So I'd ultimately have it in the truck like this. I have a ton of space. I could push this all the way up to the front. I got a ton of space in this vehicle. If this was a normal size bike, the wheel would be kind of intruding back here, taking up half the bed and the front. This is incredibly, incredibly compact. Now this is a really realistic test because we take this 2007 Land Rover Range Rover to the beach quite frequently. And usually the back has a bunch of stuff, and it's impossible, even if I had nothing back here, to put a bicycle. Impossible. I cannot fold the seats down when I go to the beach because my son's up there. We might have a dog up there. We typically have luggage up there and a dog back here, whatever the case is. So you can see it fits just fine in the back of this Land Rover. I can shut everything with absolutely no issues. I could move this farther over to the side and I could get a lot more cargo area as well. That cannot happen with a regular size bike at all. So thumbs up. So what do I think of the Hoverfly foldable e-bike? I've never owned an e-bike before. I have a regular bike that I generally don't take with us to the beach because it's a pain to haul. I don't take it to car swaps because it takes up too much space. And if you don't know what a car swap is, it's basically a car show with a giant market where you can buy car parts. So you leave with a truck full of stuff, generally. I like this bike a lot, and I'm going to tell you the main reasons. It's compact. I mean, it's not going to be folded up and put it in your pocket. It's not going to be folded up and go hike up a mountain. It's heavy, but it's going to be folded up and take it to your destination easily. Thumbs up on that. It's simplistic. I mean, I've always rode motorcycles and mopeds and stuff, so maybe I'm used to that, but I thought like there may be some learning curve. It's pretty darn easy. You cut your key on, hit the brake, and bam, you can go. I like that it has the assisted pedaling, so you can still pedal and it will give you a little assistance as needed, or you can bolt around with the throttle completely. I do appreciate that it can hold my weight. I'm 240-ish pounds plus some cargo, so thumbs up there. You know, I'm a big guy on the bike, I'll admit it, but I like it. It makes me smile when I ride it. And the battery life, I have not completely tested, so I don't know how great the battery life will be. But from what I read, it should be pretty darn good. I like the little things like this fold-up basket that, you know, when you fold it up, you're not going to keep it hooked to the bike. You're just going to collapse it down and uncollapse it and hook it back. So overall, jamzDOTnet, our YouTube channel, all about cars, DIY, and adventures, I give this a thumbs up. It's affordable. You're talking the $500 or so price range. I have a coupon code, use it. It's compact. You can move it easily, and it achieves the purpose I want it to. Now, what don't I like about it? It is heavy, but we all know it's the darn battery. That battery's got to be 20 plus pounds. It's a beefy, heavy, it's like a car battery almost, so not light. It's long. The paint did seem to chip a little easily. I think on a non-foldable bike, that's not going to be as big of a deal, but this thing, 75 pounds, you throw it up in a car, and if you put it in the back of a truck, I think you're going to get some chips in it, so be prepared for that. Use this like a tool, not like a showpiece. The basket's nice, but I've got to figure out an easier way to take the basket off. It's 4 Allen wrench screws right now, and if I want to take the basket off, I'm going to probably change that with the ones that I can twist with my fingers, so I could easily take it out and collapse it. The basket does not fold down when it's on the bike because it hits the back there, so keep that in mind. The pedals seem a little bit on the cheaper side. I think they're going to function, but I just feel like hauling this thing around, I'm liable to break it. But overall, I like this bike. I would recommend this bike. I looked at some at the local bike shop that were $3,000. That's more than I paid for this van practically. I just couldn't justify it. This thing gives me a couple seasons at the beach and some of the car show seasons. It absolutely served its purpose. So if you see me bolting around at a car show on my e-bike, say hello. But until next time, be sure to give me a subscribe. See you later. Have a great day.